Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So this is Telemundo asking Kamala Harris about what her plans are for the, some people say 20 million illegal immigrants who've come in under her. I don't know what the exact number is. Does anybody know what the exact number is? But anyway, I've heard people say
not enough is what I say.
That they certainly want to flood the labor market. That's definitely happening. So here we go.
Well, a lot of stray cats in my neighborhood.
Right now, we're talking about border security, and there's nobody, no Democrat, talking about pathway to citizenship, an immigration relief.
There's nobody talk about it. No, actually, the oligarchs have already talked about how much it benefits them. It's that they don't want us talking about it.
Surely they spoke when they arranged the private plane loads of them.
Yes.
And getting them those credit cards that can't be given to people in Lahaina or in North Carolina. Or in East Palestine. Surely someone talked.
Yeah. So anyway, here we go. But he's saying nobody's talking about a path to citizenship. I think that's what his question is. I
think it's slavery. I think that they've talked about it's going to be slavery.
Yeah.
It's going to be human
Right
slavery.
now, we're talking about border security, and there's nobody, no Democrat, talking about pathway to citizenship, an immigration relief, and the benefits that migrants bring to this country.
Oh, but there's no question that migrants bring. America is a country that was built in part by immigrants.
People are concerned.
That's right. America today is made up of immigrants. What were the benefits to the people who were already living here when all the immigrants came? Oh, that's right. Now they all live in. Okay. All right. Oh, boy. Are we all getting casinos?
What's the benefit of this mass sudden migration again?
Anyway, so here we go.
Right now, we're talking about border security, and there's nobody, no Democrat, talking about pathway to citizenship, an immigration relief, and the benefits that migrants bring to this country.
Oh, but there's no question that migrants bring. America is a country that was built in part by immigrants.
People are concerned about their TPS, their DACA, we're talking about mass deportations.
I'm not talking about.
What do you stand on mass deportations? What's your stand there?
We need smart, humane immigration policy in America that includes a pathway to citizenship.
Right now, we're talking about border.
So, first of all, no one's talking about a path to citizenship right now because clearly the path is to just show up and use our handy app that we made. And boom,
you don't even talk about it. Use it today.
Just use it, and boop, you get it. Go to New York, you get a debit card and a place to stay. Right in the homeless veterans' fucking faces.
Hey, if you're from Asheville and your home washed away, say you're here illegally. You'll probably get treated well.
If you were from Asheville. What you should do is you should migrate south of the border, come back over the border, say that you're here illegally, and you'll get three squares, a place to stay, and a debit card.
Yeah,
and this is not
to turn Purdue Chicken.
Again, this is not to turn people against the immigrants. If I was in their position and the United States had put sanctions on my country and made me desperate enough to leave my own country, I would come to the United States also. So that's the idea that oligarchs.
I might have bad revenge feelings too.
Yeah, and I would probably have. But they want to flood the country with immigrants to lower wages because we're in a tight labor market, according to them right now. And unions are starting to catch on. And union power, they're starting to flex their power for the first time.
Yeah.
The United Auto Workers, by the way, the United Auto Workers, when they got their deal, when they went on those rolling strikes and they actually got a good contract, General Motors just posted record-breaking profits a year later. Did you know that? And then Starbucks unions are starting. Amazon unions are starting. We just saw the port workers completely flex their power and get exactly what they wanted. And so that's why they're flooding the country with migrants for that, and they want to put them in the military. That's what's going on. Because
that's bipartisan, by the way.
That's bipartisan. This is Democrat and Republican want this. And So this isn't, and they also want workers to take their eye off the oligarchy that's creating this problem and turn their ire towards the immigrant, which is a mistake. That's a mistake.
Also, they want delicious children.
So that's her. So no, a lot of people, Kurt, I saw, were tweeting this video out and saying that Kamala Harris is for mass amnesty. Well, that certainly is what it sounds like. She didn't talk about getting rid of anybody who came here illegally. She didn't talk about we have to. She didn't talk about
anything.
The
law. You mean the law about it that we have?
She didn't talk about the law. She didn't talk about.
Wait. Just saying immigrant and everyone's trained like a SEAL to say immigrant. An immigrant is somebody who's here legally. Okay.
Yeah.
An illegal immigrant or illegal alien is the legal term. It's not. I'm not insulting someone. That's the legal term. You're not from here, and they're supposed to be able to keep track of who comes in the goddamn. You know the way they keep track of all of us 24/7.
Yes.
We're spied on all day, but not the people coming up. That don't bother anybody. What is the use of that?
The NSA has every phone call, text, and email you send. Just so you know. By the way, they also know every website you go to, even if it's in that private mode. They know what you're doing. They have you.
That's why P. Diddy's leaked calls are out right now.
Yes.
Because the prison, when you make phone calls, they outsource that.
Yes.
So that company can do what they want with the data they have, and people can buy it. You can FOIA it. It's all kinds of methods that, journalists and lawyers use. So you don't have any privacy. The only people with privacy are, for some reason, people illegally coming here. They don't want them kept track of. Do you think that's for good reasons? It's probably not benevolent, is my guess.
So, and I got to guess that the Telemundo reporter is not 100% in touch with the Hispanic base, because the Hispanics that I talk to are not in favor of the illegal immigrants that have been flooded this country under the Biden administration. That's anecdotal, but it's also in surveys and polls. And if you look at who's voting for who, so anyway, there you go.
Is that Carlos Slim's network? Telemundo? Telemundo?
I don't know who owns.
I know Univision for sure, but does he also have that one?
Who owns Telemundo? Telemundo is an American Spanish language broadcast. It's owned by NBC Universal.
Oh, okay. So that's why he's not in touch with the Hispanic community.
Yeah,
because it's owned by white people or whatever at the very top. It's another bullshit. All that NBC is some CIA oligarch controlled thing from the top down. Microsoft, MSNBC, don't forget, is Microsoft NBC.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.